Okay, we'll start this video by coming in the front door, greeted by little Maxie. How you doing, Maxie? And the first thing you see is this beautiful clock. And Maxie, he likes it too. Okay, before we go into the house, I'll go into the kitchen. This piece of metal artwork was where the clock used to be. So I put it just as you enter the kitchen across from my frog. This one is a watercolor. It's entitled The Sip. So into the kitchen, have a bay window set up. And the sink, the garden window, cabinets, refrigerator, the Jen Air with the downdraft, the decor, convection oven and microwave, my Wusthof knives, some cookbooks. I bought this bottle of mezcal back when I was 22 years old in Guadalajara, Mexico on my Volkswagen trip. Still have that. This is just when I designed these cabinets, I wanted glass doors for my wine glasses and an open cabinet for my cookbooks. Although the cookbooks don't get used much anymore. Everything's online. And then have a double door pantry in the kitchen. So back out to the entryway. As you come in the entryway, there's a bridge that connects the two different sides of the upstairs. Yeah, we'll go up there in a little bit. So you come in, you have the original blueprint called for a fireplace, but I changed that and put in an alcove and a wood stove. The two windows were much, much smaller, and the door over here in the great room was just a normal door with a doorknob. So I put in a slider, and then above the entertainment center, I added this shelf. I had seen that in another house, so that was really a no-cost change. So this is my coffee table I was talking about. I just love that coffee table. These three pieces of art, I bought those in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. They're fig leaf bark. And they were just floppy little fig leaf things. And when I brought them back, I took them down and had them framed. And they're pretty unusual. I have another one in the bathroom. These are three ghosts by a famous artist from Mexico. Really loved them. And these are my new Paradigm speakers that I bought about, 6 months ago. So movies are a lot of fun, and as well as listening to music. And look who's here again, little Maxie. So we go into the great room. This is where my daughter wanted to put the clock, but this has a special meaning to me since this is an original by an artist that I love, and it's called The Winding Road. I bought this to put it hang in my office at work. her husband makes the frames by hand. And anyway, I really think she's cool. So here's the big mirror that my daughter also said she would replace the shaman and the clock with this mirror, but I'm not going to do it. I have a lot of mission furniture. This is a watercolor, an original watercolor that I bought on the Oregon coast. This is called the Sentinel. Is fascinated that anybody could do watercolors with this much detail. But my dad just happened to be visiting from Michigan when we went to the coast and did a little tour of the galleries and stuff, and they had another one, the same artist, except it was landscape position instead of portrait like this, of another blue heron, but it was more, she was more with her head back, kind of more squatty, so a landscape view was more conducive to that one. And he almost bought that one. So it was this is kind of an emotional thing for me. And when he lived in northern Michigan, he had a lot of blue herons, and we used to send videos back and forth. And one of the videos he sent to me, a blue heron landed on his property down by the river and left a little feather in the ferns, which showed up in the video. And so he sent me that feather from Michigan. These are just some pictures of Emma. And this was, I think this was taken at Panera when she was having mac and cheese. So the slider goes out to my deck, and my small barbecue storage shed. I brought all the cushions in, but I have complete privacy. And that's another story. All the trees and stuff. This is another painting by the same artist, Claudia Cave, same artist that did the Winding Road. And there's a long story behind this one too. It's an original as well. So standing back in the dining room, looking up at the great room, that's what you got. So storage underneath the stairs. This is a block print that a friend of mine gave me for my first wedding, a gift. She was on my survey crew. This is down at Newport, Oregon. It's the Yaquina Head Lighthouse. And as the irony of this is 20 or so years later, I redesigned the road that takes you from Highway 101 down to this lighthouse and redid the parking lot and stuff. So that's kind of sentimental. The hall bathroom, just a small little room to, have your guests. Got a little piece of art here that picked up in Tucson, Arizona on one RV winter escape. Kind of have this whole oil bronze theme throughout the house. I replaced all the door handles, all the hinges on all the rooms. This is the laundry room. And stuff. Here's Fabio. My daughter took these pictures of Fabio at a party over here one summer. She just went out and laid in the grass and photoed Fabio. Opening this door goes out to the garage. And there's my workbench. That's where I keep my smoker. And my tools. My badass Jeep. Okay. Back to the hallway. When I redesigned the blueprint, I purposely left this hole in this wall with the intention of having a piece of stained glass made to fit in there. But over time, it's been kind of nice just to look through the hole. It kind of opens up the hallway. So I didn't never have the stained glass made. So into the bedroom. This is the master, and there's the royal kiss. This also had just a normal door with a door handle going outside, and I had planned on putting a hot tub in, so I thought hello Maxie, I thought a slider would work much better for access to the hot tub and stuff. So I have a little ceiling fan in here, again with the oil bronze. There's Lupe. Some miscellaneous stuff. These little toys here, little rabbits, those are Emma's toys when she was 2. She gave those to me when I drove down to California, they would protect me. And this was part of the remodel that I did about 8 years ago. Well, this used to be, this whole wall here used to be 2 sliding glass mirrored doors. It was basically just a whole big closet with 2 sets of sliding mirrored doors. And so I drew this up and had it built with a gas fireplace and a mantle and some mirrored doors. I was able to keep the closet to some extent, and I had some little lights put in so it wasn't so dark. It was kind of dark before. So here we go into the master bathroom and the landing lights have it's pretty bright. When the water leak happened, this whole cabinetry was ruined, so I actually wound up with a much nicer cabinet, and it was a tiled countertop, and it went with a what is this? It's not marble, I forget, but the cabinet didn't have any handles, so I went online and found what I thought were some pretty cool handles, and drilled all the holes and put those in there. Hello. So over here is the walk-in shower. Here's another one of those fig bark art gizmos. I got this on a second trip down to Puerto Vallarta and thought it went better with the older tile that had to be ripped out, but it's still okay. And then I opted to have no door on the shower because it's just more to clean. And then have some shelves in here. And one of these kind of assembly things. Over here, this part of the bathroom was also part of the remodel. It used to be a 6-foot jacuzzi tub here instead of these 3 walls. I wasn't using the jacuzzi tub because I have a hot tub, so I designed this for my ex-wife to have a place for all of her clothes, and after she moved out, I'm just using it for storage. So Emma and my hot tub towels. But there's quite a bit of storage in here, and she had it set up really nice with lots of organized stackable stuff, and of course all the rails were full of clothes. But for now I've just got old sheets and stuff in here and my cleaning stuff. Used to be a window where all those cabinets were. So closed up the window and then added a window here. Little kind of weird little toilet thing. There's no door to it, but you can open up the doors to the little pantry and this door here and kind of close it off. But I like the open air thing. Over here is the new location of the watercolor that I bought in Sausalito, California. The Van Morrison. It's a Marvelous Night for a Moon Dance. Not really sure about the colors in here, but for now that's where I'm keeping it. Oh, we haven't even gone upstairs yet. This is turning out to be much longer than I was expecting. Hey, Maxie. Okay, so upstairs. I redid all. Hey, Maxie. I redid all this carpeting probably 4 years ago. There he is again. So you can look down on the great room from up here. It's a big ceiling fan up here. So looking down. And at the end of this end of the bridge is my office. The nice bay window set up over here. Here's all my accolades from before I retired. This is actually the skull that my dad used when he went to dental school at the University of Michigan. Thought it was kind of cool to have. This is a rifle that my dad bought when I was just a baby, when we lived on the East Coast and he was studying the Revolutionary War. I always called that the Davy Crockett rifle, and when he died, of course, this was in his will for me to have. But it's pretty cool. Bayonet on the end. These are all my pickleball medals. gotten over the few years. It's my Volkswagen bus. Pictures of my Great Dane. This was a coconut head man that used to scare the living shit out of me when I was a little kid. It was also in my dad's den. So I wound up with that in the will as well. This is a bust and a photo of my grandmother back in the day. They rented an apartment to a University of Michigan freshman art student, and after a period of time she found she couldn't afford the rent one month, so she had my grandmother pose and she made this bust in lieu of rent payment. And the rest of the story is this freshman artist went on to become the director of the art program at the University of Michigan. So that's pretty cool. This is my very first stereo receiver that I bought in 1975. I was 23 years old, and it's still in use. I retired it, but then I brought it out of the closet and had it all cleaned up and brought her back to life. I bought some used speakers, actually. They're in pristine condition. And so I also got this connected to my home entertainment center, so when it's on, it's playing in sync with the rest of the house. And this is just a whole bunch of stuff. Some awards I got when I was still working. So a big award, national award that I got. They flew me back to Washington, D.C. for a customer service award. That's the Secretary of Transportation on the right and the head of the Federal Highway Administration on the far left. It's my collection of Hard Rock Cafe pins. A bunch of different calculators and things that I had over the years. And these are some of the memories from when I used to do lectures at the software conferences around the country. Oh, and there's more. I still have all my albums from back in the day. This is my Great Dane Caesar. That's a painting that my mom gave me for Christmas when I was 22 or so. It's a picture of me surveying in the summer of 1978 in Idaho. And then we go down the hallway. Hey, Maxie! Down the hallway. This is another painting by the same artist that did the Royal Kiss. This is called The Four Seasons. And a lot of people don't see this. They see the weird black configuration in the middle, but that's actually 4 profile views of a lady with 4 different colors. It's called Four Seasons. It's a limited edition. Here's the little bathroom. Has one of those expanded kind of curved shower curtain things to make it bigger. A little toilet back here. Backing out. This is the room that you thought was the master that I was originally going to put the clock in. Double bifold doors. I just bought this off of a website called Elephants. This actually kind of got me started on the whole steampunk thing, which influenced the clock. I already had these lamps with my history of being a surveyor. My ex-wife didn't care for them, so they spent 12 years in the closet, but now they're back out. This is the slate desk that we were trying to figure out where to put the clock, where to put the art. And this was in the bedroom where the royal kiss is now. I think I'll put that there, and then I'll put the smaller clock here, and then obviously still need some stuff to kind of fill out the top of the desk here. These are some little figures that I bought in Puerto Vallarta. It's paper mache. The little lady and the little man. And then looking out the window at the neighbor's house, they have a 205-pound Great Dane that's my best buddy. Well, my second best buddy, because here's my best buddy. That's Maxie. Well, that's it. That's the house. So it is 2-story, but really only in the front, because the back just kind of goes down to 1 story. And that's all I got. Hope you enjoy.